Hello, Internet. This is Rayden with Otakarabama.
And this is Chickopie.
And we decided that we were going to do something a little bit different and just make a video about the Switch because it's been out for a while and they were talking about restocking it soon. I don't know when. I think it was like what's today?
Today's the 20th.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the 24th or something. I don't know. All I know is that it's coming soon, I think. So we thought we'd talk about the pros and cons on the Nintendo Switch and see, help inform you guys on, what's out there. So, anyways, to start off, Switch Pros. What do you say?
So I would say the biggest pro is, of course, the ability to take it on the go. I mean, taking a console on the go is nothing new. You know, you've got your DS, your 3DS, the Game Boy even did it, years ago. But I feel like they really hit home with the Switch because it's a console on the go. It's got great graphics, great games, and it actually has multiplayer on one system that you can take on the go. You don't have to own 2 or 3 DSs to play with your friends on the go. Just bring a Switch with a few controllers and you can all play, and that's great.
Yeah, it's really cool that you can just take the controllers with you, and because you can you can disconnect the controllers, and you can play with just one side of the controller. So even if you don't have extra controllers, you always have 2, and that's really cool. I know that they showed that in the trailer with the Mario Kart stuff, and I didn't think that we would ever use that. I mean, like that the Mario Kart. The trailer with the Mario Kart thing looked really dumb, to be honest, but then we actually got the chance to try it. We were taking a friend somewhere, and he was taking forever, so what we did was we put it up on the car dash, and we played in kickstand mode, and it was really cool that we could do that, because what were you saying?
Like, I was just going to play Zelda, and I was thinking, oh man, only one of us gets to play the Switch. Well, I'm going to play it, because I have it, so it's mine. And I was going to play, and then I saw, like, we actually have the demo to Puyo Puyo Tetris, and I was like, well, wait a minute, we've got 2 controllers right here. We could both play that, and then, I'm not just hogging the Switch. So I did the generous thing, and we disconnected the controllers, and we both played Tetris, and I gave up my Zelda time. But it was still fun.
She's a saint, isn't she?
I am. I'm so nice.
Okay, so yeah, the ability to take it on the go is probably the coolest thing, because we've used it so much on the go, and I have to say that I really hate on the go consoles, or what you would call consoles or whatever, because I really hate having to carry that thing around. That, like, the DS was never like a dedicated game system. Like, you'd get games, but they always felt like they were kind of bland or missing the console experience,
Yeah.
It was like, it never felt like a real console experience on the go. You always felt like you're giving up something. With the Switch, I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not mobile games, it's real games.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, the DS had some really great games. I'm not cutting down the DS. Or
Yeah.
the 3DS, I love those games, but they're not console games.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were good, but there were so few that were actually good, like Fantasy Life.
Oh, that was amazing.
You don't see a lot of those.
Yeah.
And that's what made it, like, the greatest, in my opinion.
And also, I've noticed the battery life is actually pretty good. I've never had the console die on the go. I mean, and we've played for like 2 to 3 hours in one sitting, and the console still had life left. So
yeah, it's not bad at all, in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah.
So, like, moving on to the next point. You're done, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All of the games we've played were amazing, except for Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game is really laggy. Dragon Quest. I'm going to set that aside right now and go on a rant about Dragon Quest. Why would you release a demo? I mean, yes, it's a Japanese store demo, whatever. But why do you release a demo that is so laggy, like so bad? I know, coming from Dynasty Warriors fans, the Dragon Quest heroes, like, you expect Dynasty Warriors to be laggy, but this thing is beyond laggy. It's just it's amazing, and the demo was really stupid. Like it barely like it had enemies, but they were like so bland and dumb, and there was like
It was
only
like
one boss.
mostly like the blue blobs everywhere.
Yeah, and it was just like it's like this is kind of stupid. I didn't even really get that far into it, so maybe there's more, but yeah.
But well, you know, one thing we should mention, we're not really Dragon Quest fans anyway. You know, I don't know if fans of the series would like it more.
Well, I'm a diehard Dinosaur Wars fan, so coming from that aspect, it was really boring.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna actually skip to the region-free thing. I really want to touch on this. Region-free is amazing.
Yes,
okay?
We have been waiting for this, Nintendo. Thank you.
It's so awesome because all I was able to do is go to, like I said, still working on this, by the way, the tutorial for this, but you just go to my.nintendo.com and you can log in with your, you can actually create an account on there and have it so that it's a Japan region, and then you can just add that person to your Switch and then just go to the Japanese store, the eShop. And from there you can download anything Japanese, which includes the demos, why we have Puyo Puyo Tetris. That's how we were able to play the demo. Was because it doesn't release till April 25th here. So we were able to try it early. And we love that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I love Tetris. I mean, it's just Tetris, but...
Yeah, but it has so much to it, for a demo. I mean, like, even though it's only versus and swap, but it lets you play it up to 4 players, and, like, it doesn't have online or anything, but it is really good for a demo.
And it's easy. It's pretty easy to navigate through the menus. If you don't know Japanese, don't be afraid. Just, I'm sure there's a website online you can look up, how to get through the menus on Puyo Puyo Tetris. Someone's probably got it. We're gonna plan on doing a tutorial on how to get it, so we'll go over the basic menus. But it's really easy to get through the menus to get to the game, and it's really worth it if you're looking forward to that game. I highly recommend it because, it's like having the game. We play all the time, just versus mode, and it's a lot of fun. So I really think you should try that.
Yeah, and talking on the games, like, especially Puyo Puyo Tetris, what I love about Nintendo games is that they're so colorful. They're so colorful and awesome, fun, Yeah. Like, they always have that bright color to them, and it makes me want to play them. I don't know, I'm just, like, big on color.
Yeah, me too. I don't really care as much for the realistic style. I know a lot of people like the Call of Duty and, the gray-brown colors. I don't know. I don't care for that. I like colorful, vibrant games, and that's what Nintendo brings. And I love that.
Yeah, it was really fun to be able to play the Zelda, which is kind of cel-shaded, I feel, in a way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watercolor painted. And that's what I really liked about it, is that they really, the game does look like 720p. It does have frame rate issues. It does have, a bit of a problem here and there. Like catching up, but it's really not that bad on, like, if you have it docked. Now, you should know that, like, every game, at least all I've played other than Binding of Isaac, when it's docked, it slows down at one point or another. The console doesn't seem to be that strong in those terms.
I feel like it's not noticeable enough to hinder gameplay, though.
Yeah, it's not really bad in Zelda. Like I said, the Dragon Quest I want to say Warriors. Dragon Quest Heroes, that was way noticeable.
Yeah, that looked pretty bad. That's the only one I thought was, like, really bad, though. You see it in Zelda. It's like a little skippy here and there, but it's not like you're slowing down enough to where you can't play the game.
Yeah, I really think that for the most part, the games that they've released are really strong games, really colorful. They're really bringing their A game to the Switch. so far. You know.
And another thing, I think it's actually pretty comfortable to hold. Like I know a lot of people complain about the Joy-Cons, which I agree. I mean, if you're playing with just a Joy-Con, it is very uncomfortable, especially if you don't have the strap on. But it's, you know, when you're holding the console like you're holding a DS or something, it feels really comfortable. It's and it's lightweight. It's not really heavy for as big as it is. You'd think it'd be bulky, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels really, really good, I think.
Yeah, it feels like the extension of your hands in a sense. Like if you were to hold the Wii U gamepad, it's smaller than that, lighter than that, just like better than that in every way. It's like holding maybe imagine a iPad with holders.
Like controllers on the
Yeah,
side.
really. And
An
it's
iPad
really,
with controllers on the
yeah,
side.
it's like the Vita. It's like the Vita, but better.
It's bigger than the Vita.
Yeah, it's bigger than the Vita. It's better than the Vita. Go buy a Switch. Don't buy a Vita. They're dead. Pretty much.
Yeah, now, but there are some cons. Do you want to go over those next now?
Yeah. Lag, the first one.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest cons. I was about to say convention. I don't know why. I was gonna say like anime. That's one of the bad anime conventions. I have my mind elsewhere. But anyways, lag is really not really a bad thing. It just really depends on the game and how they handle it. But I could see a lag being worse in some games, like later on. Unless they're still getting used to the hardware and making it. I'm not really sure. I've heard that there's lag on Binding of Isaac, but I have not seen it.
Yeah.
So if a 2D game has lag, that's kind of troublesome. But another con is that the fact that there are not many games out.
Yeah, not yet anyway. I mean, I've seen some previews for some good games that are coming. You know, Splatoon 2, and obviously the Mario game, Mario Odyssey, coming out at the end of the year.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yeah.
Mario Kart is one I'd want to get because they added the battle mode, but it's not like it's not really a first buy for me because of the fact that they already released it, and then they went ahead and released it for the Wii U, and then they just kind of pulled the upgrade game. And now they're charging $60 for the new one. No, Nintendo, you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't really care to get that. I've played the other one enough, I feel like.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll probably get it eventually, but it's not on my top list. I think I would rather try the new game ARMS instead of getting that, because they're both coming out kind of around the same time.
ARMS is the one that I really want to get. I've been talking about it all since they've shown it off. I really want to get that. That's going to be amazing. I want to play it.
Yeah, another thing I've noticed, they're bringing a lot more indie games to this system. I feel like Nintendo's never really been on the indie game scene.
Yeah,
but they're starting to kind of pick that up.
Well, they kind of did it with the 3DS. They did make it so that you could do that. You could put games on there, but there were not very many games that stood out, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe like no, like I was gonna say Cave Story, but I guess I got an official release. Everything that was good from the indie scene seemed to get an official release. Maybe other than The Binding of Isaac, which did release on the 3DS.
I'm actually really surprised to see that game on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, it's really surprising.
But it's really fun.
But one of the other things that I can't stand is that they put the charging port on the bottom of the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been an issue, but like, if you want to put it in kickstand mode, that is going to be annoying. It's bad design. I don't know if they were forced to make it like that because of a specific thing or whatnot, but...
I mean, it does, like, it needs to be on the bottom, I feel, because you slide it into the port. Like,
yeah.
You know, the kickstand thing. But they could have designed it, I think, another way.
They could have made it so, like, there was a latch on top that you latch down and then it connects or
that
something.
would have made more sense.
Yeah, they could have done a lot of stuff.
They want you to buy the kickstand accessory, like all the other accessories. And that's another point that I want to bring up, is how expensive all the accessories are. I mean, the console itself was not that bad, you know, $300. I was fine with that. I mean, a little disappointed it didn't come with a game, but you know, you're paying what, like 400, 500 for other new consoles that come with a game. So I mean, it seemed reasonable. But then you've got to buy the Pro controller if you want that. That's $70. The Joy-Cons, if you want an extra set of Joy-Cons, that's $80. And then if you want controllers to actually make the Joy-Cons playable without being annoying, that was what, like $30, $40? I don't even remember. What was that?
What was the charger?
Yeah, like the charging one.
Yeah,
and then
it's
the
30.
Regular one.
The 30, and then it's like 15 for the regular.
Yeah, and you know, you don't really want the regular one because you got to charge them or they're just going to die while you're playing.
Yeah, it's really weird, and one interesting thing I've noticed while we play is that the side with the amiibo stuff, I found it really interesting that that side dies faster than the other one. I had a full battery health on the left Joy-Con, and the right Joy-Con was like halfway dead.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it happened to me. And I don't know why, but maybe...
Probably because I play Zelda. I use all my amiibos.
Yeah, that's another thing that really annoys me. Nintendo, amiibos are cool. I get it. But to have to sit there and carry around... We carry around a box of like 12 amiibos, and we go through them, and then just put them in the box. We want to lay them out on a shelf, but it's too much damn work to have to sit there and take every amiibo, put it in a box, take it over to where we're playing, scan them all in, put them in the box, take them over, and then like set them back up again. We just leave them in a box. We don't even display our amiibos anymore, just because of the fact that it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I wish it was just like once you scan them, like, you know, it's like in there forever and you could just go push a button to get all your stuff. But it's like if you did that, then people would just sell them used, and then Nintendo wouldn't make their money. So
yeah, and I mean you can sell them used too, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, I mean you could still go buy them used, but you know, more people would want to sell them if they got what they wanted out of them. They want you to keep them, so other people will go buy them.
Yeah,
you know.
One of the things that I found really weird about Nintendo was the quality control of these. The Joy-Cons were not only uncomfortable, like, you know, being pulled out, and that's fine. I understand what they were working with. I'm grateful that they made the Joy-Cons the way that they are. I can't speak on how the Pro Controller is because we don't have one, but it was really annoying to put on the straps, you know, the buttons,
yeah.
the top. I put it on the wrong way the first time, and that is a mistake. Do not do that. If you put it on the wrong way, if you put the strap on, I said strap on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm 12 years old. If you were to put the strap on,
the incorrect way.
In the correct way. What happens if you do it the incorrect way? It gets stuck. And it takes forever to unstick it, and it's the same with just putting it on in general. It is very uncomfortable to take those things off.
I've pinched my finger like 3 times trying to get the strap off.
Yes, I don't know.
I mean, I see why they made it difficult because they don't want them like falling off and stuff, but
yeah.
It's just, it would be less obnoxious if you could just leave them on forever. But every time you need to charge your controller, you've got to take the strap off. So it's like we just bought 2 controllers, so we just keep them in our charge controllers and we just charge them like that. And the only time we really have to deal with it is when we're on the go.
One other thing I noticed with the straps was that when we went ahead and played Puyo Tetris in the car, it was actually really hard to push the buttons down. They were like really stiff.
Yeah, I think they just need to be broken in a little bit.
I don't know if that's a problem, but I thought I should mention it.
Like, we use the straps really rarely, so I don't know if it's just we haven't used them enough or if it really is a legitimate issue. But the controllers are also really small when you're playing
Yeah.
with just the Joy-Con. Like, and they're weird. Like, one Joy-Con I feel like has an advantage over the other one because of the position of the analog stick. Like, one of them is in the very center of the controller.
Yeah.
So if you don't have like a long thumb, like, it's just really awkward to try to hold it.
Yeah, I got stuck doing that during Tetris, and it was like, how am I doing this? What's going on? You know? And it was just like, it was really, really weird. But another thing that's really annoying is the space. Don't they just give you a ton of space in that?
Oh, yeah.
Like 32 gigabytes of space. I mean, that's like, I think it comes down to being like 25 gigs after the system's installed. Somewhere around there. But it's like, that's not enough. There's even games that are bigger than that. I think Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, if you are to download it, I think that's the game that's actually bigger than the Switch can handle. So if you are to download it, you have to get a micro SD card. And just a warning, guys, just to let you know, apparently SanDisk is having a problem with their micro SD cards, their new ones, melting inside the Switch. Don't know about that, but I'm not going to get a micro SD card for a while. Let them figure that shit out.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, but I mean, like, really, when it comes down to it, we can wrap this up now.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Switch?
I mean, I love it, honestly. I know we just went over all these cons.
Yeah.
But I think the pros for me outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
A lot of the issues we talked about don't really affect me that much. Like, you know, I don't really notice lag in games very much. I don't really care about that anyway, as long as the game's playable. The games, even though there's not a lot out, the ones that are out are so much fun. It's worth it. Like, I mean, I could just play Zelda for a year and I would be happy.
Yeah.
Like,
really
that game is so
games.
long, and I don't have a lot of time for games anyway, so like, that game is going to last me a long time.
Yeah, it is really an awesome game.
So, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we talked about the pros and the cons, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that it's an absolutely fantastic system. And even though it has its shortcomings, I was actually really mad when I first pre-ordered it because of the way that Nintendo was, you know, taking the, you know, the pay online stance, which we will get to here in a second. But, like, stuff like that, and the whole app on the phone, and not having Bluetooth on the console. Yeah, it doesn't have Bluetooth. You have to plug in the headset or the mic through the thing, and you might not even be able to talk to your friends through the console. There is a friends list. It only shows them online if they are playing a game. Otherwise, you can't see them on their console. Stuff like that, like the little things that irritate me about it, because, you know, it's good, and it doesn't have a web browser. It has the eShop, the game news, and that's pretty much it, other than like settings and album and stuff. I do like that you can share, you know, your pictures online.
Yeah.
That's cool, and you can add text to it, even like cuss words, and it doesn't seem to matter, so that's really cool.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot at any time in a game. That's one thing we forgot to mention.
Yeah, that is the most
really
amazing part of it. Like all the stuff together, that's the most amazing thing, I think, is being able to just take a screenshot whenever you want.
It's too bad they didn't have like a way to video record.
They are going to have a way to video record.
Are they adding that?
They're adding it, but it's not in yet.
Oh, well, that'll
It'll
be
probably
really
come
cool.
in fall, and it'll probably be paid for.
Probably.
Yeah, because they apparently you don't have cloud saves, and you cannot move your saves from one Switch to another. So that's a thing. That's also a con.
So if you melt your SD card slot in your Switch and you want all of your saves, you're just shit out of luck because you can't transfer them to another console.
Actually, it's even worse than that, because you can't save it to your SD card. You can't even save your saves to the SD card. So if you run out of space on your internal memory, then you're shit out of luck. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, I understand their anti-piracy measures, but still, dumb.
Yeah.
But,
They're anti-consumer measures,
yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, that's what it... And,
Because pirates are still going to pirate their stuff. They're not going to, you know, just not pirate it. That's what they want to do. That's what they're going to do. They're going to find a way around it. And it's just the consumers have to suffer through these shortcomings.
yeah, I
The
think...
people that are paying for the stuff.
Yeah, I really think that in order to increase the security, they just have to make it worth buying and not like, you know, they have to make it so that pirates don't want to hack it. I mean, like, that's the obvious thing. Coming from a game developer, when you make something, you have to put it on a service to where, you know, it's easy to access, it doesn't have these shortcomings, you get everything you want. If you go ahead and you put these shortcomings in there on purpose, people are going to try to find a way to fix them.
Yep.
And it's going to be all your fault,
And
Nintendo.
then while they're at it, they'll find a way to steal all these games too.
Yeah. I mean, like, that was probably, I would like to say, at least 50% of the people who pirated the 3DS was just because they wanted to have region free.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I understand. I mean, like, I can understand that because it is frustrating not being able to play Japanese games and then being told, hey, you have to buy another console and it has to be from Japan. And that's stupid. And then you also have to import the games from Japan. I mean, seriously, that's just dumb. And that's why the Switch is, like, better in that aspect, because there's no bullshit. Like, if you had a Vita, you played the Vita, and then the Vita you had to have a different account on each card. The cards were expensive, and you only got a little bit of space. And then, like, you would have to reformat your entire Vita in order to play on a different account, and you couldn't access the other stores.
Is that for languages?
Yeah, languages.
Oh, okay.
And it's so stupid. And it's just for other accounts in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was dumb, and thankfully Nintendo didn't go that route, because I could see them going that way.
Yeah.
Now, online play, going to that, it's going to be dumb in the sense that they're doing the one game a month. I think that's stupid. Even if the game is, like, discounted and it's like, you know, it's remade to be cooler, because you can play them online.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be cool and everything, but...
Only a month?
Only
Seriously?
a month? It's like a rental.
Yeah, and it's like... I just see Nintendo saying they're like, aren't we so great to, you know, let you rent this game? It's like, no, not really. When we're paying $30, that's what it's supposed to cost.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm not really too psyched about that, but we can't really talk about the online too much because we have not played any online games.
Yeah. I feel like they're waiting until closer to fall to release their online lineup.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Maybe because that's when their service comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you have to pay for.
Yeah, because, like, they're talking about releasing in the fall, and then they're like, oh, well, in the summer, Splatoon 2 will be out. So I'm guessing that's why they're doing it.
I mean, I think Bomberman is online. We haven't played that yet.
I heard that has really bad online sync issues. So
oh, really?
Yeah, it's really not going well. But I heard that's Konami's fault.
Okay.
Just to put this in there, fuck Konami, right?
Yeah.
I wish I had a T-shirt for that. But yeah, really, I mean, like, to come down to it, the Switch is pretty good. What would your final score be on that?
For me?
Yeah, out of 10.
I would give it an 8.
Okay. I think I would give it a 7. No, actually, Jim Sterling got attacked for that. I'll give it an 8.
He got attacked for Zelda.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nintendo and Zelda are closely linked.
Oh.
They're like...
closely linked.
I didn't even mean to do that. I am good. Yeah, but anyway, seriously, though.
I think it's what you like. I mean, it's worth it to me alone just to play Zelda. But if you're not on the go. But if you're not a big Zelda fan, I would hold off.
If you're a Skyrim fan or like any of those kind of games, like open world and exploring and stuff, it's definitely your game, because I typically don't like Zelda games that much, but this one really piqued my interest. It's really that good.
Yeah.
It's definitely different from any other Zelda I had. Um, Beta 64 did a video on it, and if you guys don't know who that is, definitely go check it out on YouTube. He did a entire video on it, and it was so cool because he was talking about how Zelda kind of went in, like when they went into Zelda, they're like, why is it done this way? And the guy's like, I don't know, tradition. So it's like they kind of threw a lot out that was Zelda and made it more open world, but like keeping, you know, the major themes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. But I think that overall the Switch is a good system.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, like, if you're looking for something to get you excited, like kind of like the Game Boy, you know, when the Game Boy first came out and you were really super excited about that.
Yeah.
If you want that feeling, then you're definitely going to get the Switch, especially considering that you can plug it in and then it will be on your TV, which is the best, to be able to take it on the go and then bring it in and just put it down and just literally switch it.
Yeah. Oh God,
no,
you had to do that.
I had to. It has to be done. But yeah, it's definitely worth it, guys. If you're into Nintendo stuff and if you're into the games that we talked about.
But if you are not really a Nintendo fan, if you don't really like those colorful, you know, cutesy graphics, you're more into the hardcore gaming.
If
like
you're into Call of Duty, then you're probably
and,
not going to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
The games that are out right now are very Nintendo-esque games.
Yeah.
Aside from Binding of Isaac.
It's more like a lot of the games I feel are like more party games.
Yeah.
For the most part, like
except for Zelda.
Yeah, except for Zelda. But like most of the games that are out are like party-esque. And do not buy 1-2 Switch. I've heard it's bad.
We have not played it.
No, but yeah, I've seen gameplay footage. Gameplay footage.
If you call it a game.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't consider it, but
it's an
yeah,
experience.
Yeah, milking cows while looking at each other.
Exactly.
That is
an experience you will have nowhere else.
I would do that with Azure. I would make him sit there and milk a cow while looking at me, and I would be winking at him, and he would be so embarrassed. And we will videotape it. We will videotape it once it goes on bargain bin. We will make videotape it. I'm old. We will record that. And then we will post that, and he will like it because I said. So, but yeah, I think that about wraps it up. We said everything we had to. A little bit more cons came out there at the end, but we kind of rolled it back, and you know, the Switch isn't bad. If you're interested in it, it's pretty good. I would suggest waiting if you're on the fence, because there are a tiny bit of problems, like our screen got scratched on the Switch when we put it in, and it doesn't come with a screen protector, so you'd have to get that.
If you do get one, I highly recommend getting a screen protector.
Yeah,
if you buy a Switch, it's worth it to protect your screen.
Yeah, we went ahead and we only used it like 3 times before it starts showing marks, so like docking it, undocking it, so. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Buy a screen protector if you're going to get one.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
One other thing I just want to mention really quick. We will know more about the online coming this weekend, because we're planning on getting the Splatoon 2 demo, which is coming out this weekend, and it's only like a few hours throughout the weekend. But we're going to play that, and we're going to record that, and then we'll be able to better talk about the online.
Yeah, we're going to post a video. I don't think Nintendo will have a problem with it. I don't know if they will or not, but we are going to do our best to post a video of us playing Splatoon. And then on top of that, we're also going to a convention. I don't know if we will be getting any footage there, but if we do, then we will post it to the channel under our travel section. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Thank you for making it through this incredibly long video. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bell so you can keep up to date with the latest videos.
And be sure to leave a comment letting us know what you'd like to see what you'd like to see us do a video on next. There's some other videos you might enjoy too. We'll put those up on the screen for you. And thanks again for watching.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.